I've been thinking recently about the transience of everything, about the temporariness, if that's even a word, of everything, and how our culture today is really defined by that concept of fleetingness, of here, right now, gone in 30 seconds. When you look at how we communicate, generally we communicate in ticker tapes. We communicate in feeds. If you look at any social media network, you will see a feed where you scroll down and scroll down and scroll down. If you look at Twitter, it's probably the most extreme of them, simply because you have a limited amount of characters to get your phrase out, to write your phrase. And Twitter, as far as I'm concerned, because it is mainly text, is just a lot of people speaking and nobody listening. I don't know how many people are actually tuning into their feed and reading update by update. Most people go on, if they're doing that, they're doing it for, 30 seconds, so they're scrolling down for 30 seconds and then they're on to the next thing. Or you're looking up keywords, hashtags, for something that is interesting to you. If you're lucky, you put something up on social media and it captures the collective attention for longer than 30 seconds. If people are still responding or engaging or interacting with that post 24 hours later, you've accomplished something. Our attention spans have never been shorter. We have never been more conditioned to expect things now without having to work for them, without having to put in any time or effort. Do you want it? You get it. And if you pay enough, a drone will fly whatever it may be, if it's tangible, to you, and just, drop it at your doorstep. I have spoken at length about the concept of echoes, the concept that the energy that I give out to the world and the energy that someone else is filled with when they think about me or talk about me or refer to me, the energy that they are filled with, that is my echo. That's something that I'm responsible for. And every single one of us, I believe, is responsible for what we put out into the world. And ultimately, understanding that that thing, that energy, that vibration, is a legacy. It is what remains of us after the physical is gone. After this body goes, that's what's left of me, anyway. And I believe that we need to start investing our time and our energy and our intention, ultimately, in endeavors and projects, in efforts that will last longer than 30 seconds. I think that we need to start creating things, whatever those things are to you. For me, it's books, and it is sort of creating realities for people, helping people create their own realities. I believe that I'm here to facilitate the journey through life for people, to help them focus on typically the things that we're not encouraged to focus on until the end of life, and to do so in the prime of life, so we can focus on what really matters, on loving and contributing and being of worth, and focusing on all the things that ultimately separate a mediocre life from a life brilliantly lived. Those are not very popular topics because they invite in a certain detachment from money and from stature and from material possessions and all the things that we typically glorify through social media, all the things that we take a photo of so that everybody else can pat us on the back for. Those are the things that really don't mean that much when it comes to focusing on what really matters. What really matters, I believe, is what are we putting out into the world, every single one of us. And does it carry weight? Is it sustainable? I think that it would be a very healthy exercise for every single one of us to ask, what can I do? What can I create? How can I contribute? And have that creation or that contribution outlive me and be there to speak for me when I'm not here anymore, when I'm no longer present, alive in this body? Can those things get across what I believed was important enough to get across, especially after I'm not here to say it? How can we start to commit? Instead of seeking all of that adulation from external sources, how can we start to focus and hone in on and exploit our talents and our resources to put something out into the world that serves for no other purpose than simply serving, to be of service to everyone else, even if we don't know them? How can we create something that outlasts a social media post, that outlasts a like? And can we do it for the sheer sake, the pure sake of giving, just doing it, with no expectation of what we're going to get in return? So I'm putting it out there. I would like to instigate thought in every single one of you hearing this. How can you create something? How can you be of service? How can you go out into the world and leave something that is more than just a flash in the pan? How can you be responsible for contributing to your echo in a sustainable, healthy, collective way? Think about it. I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do.